What if events went differently? What if Thor was sent to Earth by Heimdall instead of Hulk? How would this change the events of Avengers Infinity War? Before wasting any more time, let's dive right into it. Hulk has been defeated. Loki has also been killed. On his dying breath, Heimdall looked at Thor and sent him back to Earth using the Bifrost. Thanos was upset that Heimdall did that before he went to stab him. Thanos then used the Power Stone and the Statesman ship exploded, with Hulk wandering off into space in his Hulk form. Thor crashed into the Sanctum Sanctorum this time and told Wong and Dr. Strange of the impending doom of Thanos. As this wasn't Strange's first encounter with Thor, he knew that Thor would have some certainty about his statement and that the Mad Titan was coming. They went to meet up with Iron Man and told him about the 6th Infinity Stones. With the Mind and Time Stone at Earth, Thor said that Thanos will most likely head to Earth, or he might go to nowhere. At first, Tony didn't quite understand where nowhere was. It was then Thor said that nowhere was where the Reality Stone is being stored. This gives them time to defend the 2 stones. But since Thanos might send his Black Order to collect the stones, they need to be on higher alert regardless. As Thor wasn't aware of the rift between Steve and Tony after the events of Civil War, Thor said that the Avengers need to be together because Thanos will stop at nothing. Thor said that they might need a god-killing weapon to kill Thanos. But since the Bifrost isn't working anymore and there isn't a way to go to space, they just need to use whatever resources they have. Just then, the Black Order arrived in the form of Cole Obsidian and Ebony Maw. At the Sanctum Sanctorum, there was Thor, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Wong. In the original timeline, Bruce Banner was unable to Hulk out, causing them to be on the losing side. However, with the God of Thunder by their side, Thor was able to take down Cole Obsidian himself, while Tony, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Wong fought against Ebony Maw. With 4 against 1, Ebony Maw struggled and Doctor Strange managed to create a portal, tossing Ebony Maw into it, slicing his body into half. Thor meanwhile used his Mjolnir before sending down a powerful lightning bolt, zapping off Cole Obsidian. With the Donut spaceship still in New York, the heroes knew that if they can find a way to know where Thanos might be, it would be helpful. Tony, Peter, Wong, Doctor Strange, and Thor then went aboard the ship and they saw the coordinates being locked into a planet. Thor said that it was Titan, and from what he heard before, it used to be Thanos' home before he killed half of the planet. Tony figured that Thanos might be meeting with his team at Titan after getting the stones. Iron Man then charged up many bombs on the ship before detonating it, destroying it. Meanwhile in Scotland, Wanda and Vision were being attacked by Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. Like in the original timeline, they were being saved by Steve, Sam Watson, and Black Widow. Meanwhile, in space, the Guardians of the Galaxy were responding to the distress signals sent out by the Asgardian ship, the Statesman. They were horrified to see debris and remnants of the explosion. Then Bruce collapsed on top of the ship. He was still in Hulk form, but was very weak. The Guardians brought in Bruce into the ship. He slowly transformed back into his Bruce Banner form before telling them that Thanos has already acquired the space and power stone after destroying Xandar. In the original timeline, Thor knew that Thanos will go after the Reality Stone in nowhere while he went to create the Stormbreaker. But in this timeline, Bruce doesn't know the location of the Reality Stone. He just told them that there are 2 stones on Earth and he isn't aware of the location of the Soul and Reality Stone. The Guardians then received a distress message interfering with their comm. Rocket opened the screen and saw Gamora's sister, Nebula, being tortured on the screen recording. Thanos appeared before them. He told them that while he knows their location and can easily overpower them, time is of the essence. He wanted to know the location of the Soul Stone. Gamora said that she doesn't know where the Soul Stone is. On the live feed, Thanos then rips Nebula even further apart, while the Guardians watched in horror. They couldn't do anything as they were just watching from their screen aboard their ship. Drax told Thanos to fight them like a true man, but the Mad Titan merely sniggered. As Nebula was on the verge of being torn apart, Gamora couldn't help it and succumbed to the ground. Thanos then played the recording of last time when Gamora told Nebula that she burnt the map of Vormir to ashes. She then said that the location of the Soul Stone is on Vormir, which she heard that Nebula was being tortured even more. Thanos then shuts down the feed, and it turns out that he was using the Reality Stone the whole time. Nebula was never being tortured, and Thanos was said to direct the ship to Vormir. The Guardians and Bruce were shocked to see what happened. Nebula was being imprisoned and forced to watch as Gamora unfolded the truth about Vormir. Bruce said that they needed to go to Earth to meet up with the Avengers, but just then, they received a coded message via transmission. Groot and Star-Lord decoded the message, and apparently it was Nebula who sent them the message. She told them to meet up on Titan to kill Thanos once and for all. Gamora said that they needed to head there, much to Banner's disagreement. Meanwhile, on Earth, the Avengers were discussing what to do with Vision's Mind Stone. Tony, Strange, Wong, Peter Parker, and Thor met up with Natasha, Steve, Sam, Wanda, and Vision. Vision said that his stone should be removed to prevent Thanos from getting the Mind Stone, but the Avengers disagreed. Steve said that they should protect Vision at Wakanda instead. On Vormir, Thanos went with Nebula to retrieve the Soul Stone. There, the Red Skull told him that in order to gain the Soul Stone, he needed to trade a soul for a soul. A sacrifice is needed to get the Soul Stone. Thanos wasn't sure what to do at first. Being hesitant at first, Thanos said that he would sacrifice Nebula. He said that he loved her as his daughter, although there were times that he favored Gamora over her. Nevertheless, Thanos still cared for Nebula. Before falling down, Nebula said that the Guardians will kill him for his mad plan, and Thanos merely said that she was grown weaker, but her death will always cause a remorse in him. The Mad Titan then threw Nebula off the cliff. Thanos now has 4 stones: Reality, Soul, Power, and Space Stone. He went to Titan to meet up with the rest of the Black Order. The Guardians, with Bruce, were waiting to ambush Thanos on Titan. Meanwhile, at Wakanda, Shuri, Tony, and the rest of the scientists were preparing to remove Vision's Mind Stone. However, Strange and Wong were also stationed there to protect them in case anything that would happen to them. Steve, Spider-Man, Thor, Black Panther, Wakanda, Natasha, and the rest of the Wakandans were preparing to face off against Thanos' army. Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight then led forth the armies of Outriders against Wakanda and the Avengers. On Titan, Thanos did not see Ebony or Cole present. He assumed that they failed in their missions. The Guardians then ambushed Thanos. Drax and Gamora started attacking Thanos with their blades, while Star-Lord and Rocket fired shots at him. Mantis jumped on him and tried to subdue him. Their main goal is to remove the gauntlet from Thanos to prevent him from holding onto the stones anymore. Thanos was stronger at first before Groot wrapped himself around Thanos' arm to prevent him from using them. Bruce managed to transform into Hulk and subdued Thanos down. Thanos knew that he needed to defeat the Guardians first before he went to Earth. It would be troublesome if he had to face all of them at the same time. Gamora asked Thanos where was Nebula as Mantis was trying to make him sleep. Thanos then mumbled that it was painful for him to let go of his daughter at Vormir. Thanos loved both Nebula and Gamora equally, although there were times when he favored Gamora over her. Gamora, furious at his statement, took her blades and started slashing Thanos' legs and arms. The immense pain caused Thanos to break free from Mantis. He used the Power Stone to send some buildings crashing into them, but Groot managed to shield them off. He used the Reality Stone to turn Star-Lord, Rocket, and Mantis into cubes. Thanos was choking Rocket Raccoon before Drax stabbed him in the back of his stomach. A wounded Thanos fell. Hulk started smashing Thanos more and more, but Thanos used the Power Stone to amplify his strength. He managed to defeat the Guardians and Hulk before he used the Space Stone to arrive on Earth. Bruce told the Guardians that they needed to quickly go to Earth or else the fate of the universe will be toast. On Earth, Thanos arrived with the wounds from Drax still hurting him. He decided to go all out against the Avengers. Just like in the original timeline, Thanos defeats each and every Avenger who tried to hold him down. Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight were slain by Black Widow and Wanda respectively. Thanos knew that the Time and Mind Stone were in the same place. He used the Space Stone to teleport himself to where Strange, Wong, Tony and Shuri were. Tony and Shuri were almost close to extracting the Mind Stone off Vision, while Strange and Wong held him back. Spider-Man and Black Panther also came to help them. Just then, they saw a bright light emerging from the sky, and it crashed into the lab where Vision was. The Avengers, Thanos, were caught in the impact. Bruce came out of the spaceship with the Guardians. Thanos grabbed Vision and started removing the stone from him before Hulk smashed him away. Hulk fought and managed to match Thanos temporarily before he was overpowered. Thanos then grabbed both Vision and Strange before starting to choke them. Just then, Thanos felt a sharp stab in his chest. He looked behind and saw that Gamora stabbed him with a sword, and she further stabbed him with the knife he gave her last time. Drax also stabbed Thanos at his neck, causing the Mad Titan to collapse. Drax then cut off Thanos' arm that had the gauntlet. Thor, who was busy with the Outriders, finally came crashing amidst the debris. He said that he will exact revenge at Thanos for killing the Asgardians, Heimdall, and his brother Loki. Thor powered by his Mjolnir and sent a very powerful lightning bolt into Thanos' wound, pulverizing him. The Mad Titan was roasted and killed for good, with the Infinity Gauntlet laying there, and Thanos dead, the Outriders all perished. Steve deduced that with their command, Thanos dead, so did they. Vision still had the Mind Stone attached to him and embraced Wanda. Doctor Strange also had the Time Stone intact. The only question is what to do with the 4 remaining stones on the gauntlet. Black Panther and Tony decided to remove the stones individually from the gauntlet before Thor said that he would bring those stones to other places across the galaxy. Gamora said that she would return the Soul Stone at Vormir as respect for Nebula. Thor carried the Reality and Space Stone. He said he will put them far away in the universe. The Power Stone, meanwhile, was given to Guardians to be given the Nova Corps. The Guardians left Earth while Bruce reunited with Natasha and the Avengers. The Avengers knew that they barely escaped this time against Thanos' threat and vowed to protect Earth, whatever it takes. So that's it. That is our take on what would happen if Thanos was sent into space instead of Bruce. So let us know in the comments what you think about this, and let us know what is the next thing you want to see in the next videos coming up. Either way, I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want more videos like this. We'll see you next time.